My name is Kaitlynbooth, and I am here for Bleeding Cool. And thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So I got the chance to speak to one of your other cast members earlier this month, and they were saying that the whole production was kind of intense just in terms of the weather and everything. And so I was wondering how the combination of the extreme weather that you guys kind of had on that beach, plus the COVID restrictions, impacted you as a director on a technical level. And then I was also wondering how those restrictions and that weather and all of those kind of complications that you run into when you're shooting with the pandemic impacted the kind of performances you were able to draw out of your actors.
It was a very singular moment to obviously in all of our lives to what happened in the last 15 months. And at the front of it, when we were the most scared and didn't know what was happening, and there was no vaccine anywhere in sight and all of that stuff. And it was unraveling. It was just the beginning of the unraveling. We went and shot this movie in the Dominican Republic. And I think in that context, we all felt a combination of feeling very lucky to be able to do our jobs and felt safe in this environment that I tried to make everybody as safe as they could be at that time. And everyone was very respectful. It created a very tight community. And I think we were at the mercy of nature in a way that I've never experienced in terms of making cinema. And you felt it forced us to be present because of that. The irony, because that's what the movie's about. That all of us were very present. I didn't know whether tomorrow we could be shooting. I don't know. There's another hurricane off of Bermuda, and I that who knows what's going to happen, and if it rained or if the beach would go away and come back, and then the COVID thing, because if we didn't know, if there was a outbreak or something like that. Luckily, no one was positive the entire time we shot, but we didn't even know how we would handle that. So it was precarious, but we all kind of cherished the experience because it was very intense, and I do think it translated. I know I was hyper focused and on the film, and the actors who were very close to me, and they were in and out of my villa, the bungalow, all the time rehearsing and being there. They were all in as well. Nobody was distracted because we were all making this thing together, and it felt very important to us. So we felt very lucky.
Did you have any backup plans about what would happen if your beach went away? Because I heard that your beach was gone right before you started shooting.
Yeah, the answer to that is no backup plan whatsoever. No, very, very precarious situation. I would say about 3 days before, I got a call from all the crew members, and they said, there's no beach right now. A hurricane came and took it away, and I was in rehearsals, and that's about as shook as I've been. I would say top 3 most shook moments of my life. And I just tried to continue with the rehearsals. I made a little joke about it, and we kept going, but my hand was shaking. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to turn into this cautionary tale that everyone's going to talk about this is what happens. Did you hear what happened on Oh? They never even got to finish. They were all there sitting around, and luckily, like miraculously, a little part of the beach came back. We were able to shoot there, and then it started to come back more and more. And it just kind of worked itself out over time. But you can imagine how it was feeling. I didn't know, everything felt, I was really rushing. Get this. Everything felt urgent, life and death, because we didn't know whether we were going to shoot the next day.
Yeah. All right, I'm already getting my wrap up. So thank you so much for taking the time to answer my questions. I was very curious about just what this was like, just from trying to keep continuity of light with that weather. So I'm very impressed with what you're able to pull off technically with this movie.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye.